Welcome back to Sports Select Sports Talk here on Shaw TV. We are coming to you from the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame, where it's all about the Winter Olympics. We'd like to delve in a little bit more into Winter Olympic sports history as it pertains to Manitoba. No better person to help us out with that than Rick Brownlee from the Sports Hall of Fame. Rick, how you doing?
Doing very well, thanks, Al.
As I'd mentioned with Debbie off the top of the show, where to begin? Talk a little bit about sports history in this province as it pertains to the Olympics.
For the Olympics specifically, you can go all the way back to 1920 and the Winnipeg Falcons winning the first gold medal in hockey history. There's a little bit of a controversy about that, as people remember. In Salt Lake City, we came out with those retro jerseys with the maple leaf on them. They were actually a salute to the Toronto Granites, who won the gold medal in 1924. But the first Winter Olympic gold was actually won by the Winnipeg Falcons, and we pointed that out to them. In 1924, they had a sports festival in Chamonix, France, and retroactively 2 years later, the Olympic Committee decided that was the first Winter Olympics. Well, the 1920 Antwerp Games featured hockey as one of their sports, and the Falcons won it. So they actually won the first gold medal in hockey history.
And that was a very unique team, wasn't it? Talk a bit more about the Falcons themselves.
The Falcons were, all but one person were Icelandic immigrants, and they were shunned from the Winnipeg League, and Manitoba Amateur Hockey Association made them play off when they won the title. They went to the Allen Cup, which at the time was the hockey supremacy in this country for amateurs, and they won the Allen Cup and the right to represent Canada in Antwerp.
And how are you telling that story now here at the Hall of Fame? What have you been able to find from the Falcons?
We've got some fabulous things from the Falcons in one of our display cases. Of course, we've got the tribute jersey that they wore at the Olympics, but we've also got a watch fob that was given to one of the Falcons, a gold watch fob. We've got a sash that they wore around their armband, that sort of thing. All sorts of fabulous artifacts from both the 1920 Falcons and the 1932 Winnipegs, which was another club team from Winnipeg that won an Olympic gold medal in 1932 in Salt Lake.
Staying on the ice, Rick, something that sticks out for me, and not to play favorites, of course, but we really have a proud speed skating tradition here, don't we? We
do. We're a prairie province. We're flat. Not a lot of alpine skiers here, but one thing we do excel at is speed skating. I'm not sure whether it's skating out in the cold and toughening them up, but we have a long history of speed skating in Manitoba.
Yeah, and talk about some of the athletes then that you're going to be paying tribute to.
Sure. I mean, most of our viewers know about the Cindy Clausens, Clara Hughes. We've got a great case tribute to Susan Ock, who won 2 silver medals and a bronze medal in speed skating in 88, 92, 94. And then you can go back even farther with Frank Stack, who won a bronze in 1932. Then the war precluded the Olympics until 1948. The organizing committee said Frank was too old to compete for them, yet the time that he set that year was better than the winning time at the 1948 Olympics. So who knows, if the Second World War hadn't come along, then Frank Fredrickson might have been our Cindy Clausen equivalent on the male side.
It's just wonderful to hear some of these stories. What are some other more unique stories as it pertains to, say, sports that we don't normally associate with Manitoba?
Well, the big news from last Olympics in Vancouver was John Montgomery. Up to this point, we had not had a Manitoba male individual gold medal winner. And John Montgomery changed that and changed it in a sliding sport. How somebody from Russell, Manitoba takes up skeleton, which is what he won the gold medal in, is strange but true. But we have his running blades off the sled from Olympics in Vancouver, and his bib that he wore when he raced there. So very exciting stuff.
I get the impression from both yourself and Debbie, this was a lot of fun to put together, this display.
It was. Every 4 years we have the Winter Olympics. We try and do something on the Summer Olympics as well and have a proud history in that, but let's face it, this is Manitoba. We're a winter province. As the national body says, we are winter. Manitoba is the epitome of we are winter, and we certainly produce quite a few athletes.
Especially this year. Thank you so much for making time for us today, Rick. Rick Brownlee with the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame. same. Now, of course, one of the premier events coming up at the Sochi Games will be figure skating. And there's a pair that is actually practicing in rural Manitoba to get ready for the Games. And in turn, they've been adopted by the town of Virden. Blair Malistravich has more for us now.
It's a town 3 hours from Winnipeg, and for many, Virden is in the middle of nowhere. But for two young athletes, it's a vital stepping stone to the Olympics.
Every sport that you do, I mean, everybody always dreams of the Olympics. I mean, that's the big thing is, oh, I'd like to go to the Olympics one day. We started out, in a small town, just having fun with my sport, and it just progressively got to the point is, wow, like we're doing really well here.
For Paige Lawrence and Rudy Swiggers, their next stop is Sochi.
I was originally born in South Africa, Cape Town, and when I immigrated with my family to Canada, everybody knows how to skate, and actually the schools used to, that was your gym class in the winter, was you'd walk down to the rink as a group of 20, and then you'd skate for an hour, and then you'd walk back to school. I always got to walk to the rink and sit down and watch everyone else skate. So I asked my mom to enroll me in skating lessons to teach me how to skate, and we just kind of took off from there.
I started figure skating when I was 4, just in the Can Skate program in my hometown. And then when I was 9, I started training in Wawota, which is 20 minutes away from my house. And that's where I began taking from Patty.
Their coach, Patricia Hole, knew that Virden would be an ideal facility for the elite athletes. The two skaters are originally from Saskatchewan, but realized to be better, they had to move.
I was originally from Kipling, Saskatchewan. Paige was from Kennedy, Saskatchewan, and we both kind of started training out of Wawota, Saskatchewan at the same time. Patty, our coach back then, was from Virden. And so she used to do the old hour drive every day to Wawota and coached us there. When Paige graduated, we kind of got word that Virden was going to get this fantastic new facility. Once she graduated, we basically started training here full time.
They skate 3 to 4 hours a day, followed by 3 hours of off-ice training. Patricia is impressed by their work ethic and knows they will do what's necessary.
It's a business, so you're focused and you're trying to be very serious and do your job, but you really can't help how your body reacts to the situation. And I always say that if I wasn't nervous, then it means I don't care.
Working as a team can be challenging at times, dealing with individual elements and in some cases injuries. It's a mental challenge to also move together as a cohesive unit.
They're two complete different kids, but I think that does work. They complement each other in where she is, she's bossy. She knows what she wants and what's to do. And Rudy is, he likes to please too. But the two of them put together is what has built this team.
In Sochi, the team will skate 2 programs. First, a short program, which is just under 3 minutes, and second, a long program, approximately 4.5 minutes. Both have required jumps, spins, and lifts. And don't forget, they also have to tell a story. In this program, Paige is a doll coming to life.
We are really hoping to do 2 clean performances when we go down there. It isn't something that we've actually done yet this season just because of certain things. So, I'm not apprehensive about that, but that's definitely in the back of my mind.
I just want them to enjoy the journey. We're going to remember all the stuff building up to the Olympics, and then once we're getting there is to take it all in. Our goal, I think, is top 12.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is stepping out onto the ice. With the Olympic rings.
The opening ceremonies, it's something that everybody talks about as kind of just that surreal experience, and that's really kind of when the Olympics is going to be real. Up till that point, I think it might just feel like a regular competition, and then the magnitude of it is going to hit me at the opening ceremonies.
Only the pair will hit the ice, but the third member of the team will be on the sidelines, learning all she can.
And meet everybody from every discipline, and coaches and athletes, and come back with just lots of knowledge to be able to pass on to a small community.
And this small town is happy to see their skaters hit the big time.
It's just great to have that community support you. People around town, like my grocer, ran up to me and gave me this huge hug. It's like, congratulations, so proud of you. And this is just the woman that I buy eggs from in the morning.
With this being Paige and Rudy's first trip to the Olympics, they are simply hoping for the best. And coming from small town Saskatchewan and training in Manitoba, they are honored to represent Canada at the Olympics.